Good morning, everyone. This is going to end up being your video for Monday, but I'm just working on it on Friday. I see a few of you are logging in and working through the welcome activities, which is fantastic. We're fixing up a couple of technical glitches that are happening in the background. I'm getting lots of emails, so that's good. People are starting to connect. So let's look at what is going to be expected on Monday. So in our course on Monday, I'm going to open up content area 1. And with content area 1, there are going to be 4 things that you're going to be working on. 2 of them will be discussions. 1 of them will be an assignment. And then there's a Google form that's a quiz that you need to do. So you guys aren't going to see this mess, but until I open it for you, I can't go under a student view. So you're going to see the how-to video area. This was Friday's work. If you had a little trouble getting online, you could work on it over the weekend. This is going to be opened up on Monday. So let's have a look. What I try to do is do an outline of what is in each of the content areas. So you have a quick go-to of what actually is expected. So this is just going to be our general overview video, and then I'm going to make a couple of videos for your discussions, your quiz, and your assignments. And my videos will get shorter as we progress through the course because you guys won't need as much instruction in terms of how to navigate once we get going. Okay, so what's going to be expected once I open up? So you'll see the how-to area opened up. And then I'm going to open this one up. So how does media impact me? So you're going to have to work between those 2 things, but eventually you'll get comfortable with it. And you'll see that I will link the same instructional videos directly to the assignment and directly to the discussion area. So eventually, once you're comfortable with navigating, you'll see that I kind of over-organize, but it works pretty well for students when they are starting to get going. So let's look at the content area. I'm just going to close this while we open up the content area. And what are we going to see? So this is Unit 1, Activity 1. It is looking at how media impacts you. So this is the technical glitch that I note on the first page. You will see this in the discussion area. It actually links properly. So what have we got? Basically, we're looking at examples of where social media has gone wrong. So the first example is President Donald Trump, and it's right after his victory. And he tweets out, "I am honored to serve you, the great American people, as your 45th president of the United States." And he spells the word honored wrong. So I guess the fact that it's not honored and the fact that he's now the president of the United States and has all these spelling mistakes as he goes through is something that is an example of things that have gone wrong on social media. He actually does that all the time if you follow any of American politics. So another example is related to the same thing. I'm just going to scroll in a little bit. You can see down here, I don't know if any of you remember, but McDonald's actually put out this tweet from its official site. And I can't remember, I think it was a hacker or something that got into it, or at least that's what they said. And the response was to Donald Trump, and it says, "You are actually a disgusting excuse of a president, and we would love to have Barack Obama back. Also, you have tiny hands." So thinking about how social media goes wrong, this has come out from McDonald's official website and is actually talking about the American president. So kind of an interesting social media blunder. This one, I actually didn't put this one in the discussion option, so you can just skip that one. I didn't think it was that great. And then the next one is this Nivea ad. And it says, "Keep it clean, keep it bright, don't let anything ruin it, hashtag of invisible." And then it's got an ad that says, "White is purity." So if you actually think about, sort of racial ideas, and then to be a company that would put out a message that says white is purity, you need to think about how that would be sort of a social media gone wrong uh, advertisement for this company. So your first part for this content area is going to be doing this discussion. So you're going to answer one of the following 3 questions. You're going to choose one of these examples. You are going to say what went wrong, why do mistakes like this happen, and are these mistakes more likely thanks to social media? And then you're actually going to respond on others in the discussion. So some of you are quite comfortable with the online environment. Some of you have already been doing this, but others may not. So I have left the discussion open so that multiple people can post and they can see your post right away. So I'm not too worried about you having similar ideas because I want you to actually, some of you that are comfortable with e-learning, I kind of want you to be role models to the people that are new to e-learning and sort of demonstrate what a good response looks like. So things like, if we scroll down, I'll come back to this, and I'll come back to this. There's really nice online discussion guidelines here that I'd like you to go through before you make that post. And it talks about, the fact that we're in this shared learning environment. You have to actually take part in quite a few discussions in this course. It's very different from some of the other ones that I've taught. It is very discussion heavy. So if you haven't been used to doing a lot of discussions, this is the time to sort of get used to that. And everybody needs to contribute. The discussions do make up quite a bit of your marks in this course, so it's something that you need to really be participating in. Keep in mind, discussions are digital, so sometimes things break. We will try to fix that. There's a link for the help desk on the very home page. You guys know how to get a hold of me, or else you will learn. It's on the home page, then you can get a hold of me. And if you can't participate, let me know, but usually I leave the discussions open for a longer period of time just because, I don't know, it gives people more of a chance to participate. What else? So you might have more experience. This is what I was talking about in online discussion forums than others do. So be patient. If you are comfortable with the discussion, it'd be wonderful if you took part first so that other people could see how to do it. Some of them haven't. So if you are comfortable with it, it would be great if you would make your post and respond on a couple people sort of right out the gate so that those people that are new to online can see how it's done. Remember to be patient. Make sure that you read the whole thread before you respond to somebody, and try to acknowledge the points that you agree with and suggest alternatives for those which you don't. But you also need to keep in mind, oh yeah, this is important too. Just be brief, be clear. You're going to see the outline. Try not to be preachy or pompous, and don't lose yourself in terms of getting overly wordy, because the reality is people just won't read your post if they're super long. Make sure you use proper writing style. One of the things that I've seen is a lot of people in their discussion posts will do it a lot like text speech, and we don't want that. We want it to be full sentences, restating some of the questions in your answers, especially because we are in a English course. So that is important. Cite your sources. I will indicate if I want this done. And if you're referring to things, then you would want to do that. Try not to keep away from the smiley faces or the see you later like text speech. Try to not do that in there. Keep in mind language. Racist, sexist comments, jokes are unacceptable. We need to be considerate of everybody that we're learning with, and we need to be respectful. Not yelling online. So sometimes, like, if you respond to somebody and you're all bold and all capitals, then that's not an appropriate way to communicate online. So you need to be careful of that. You can't unring the bell. So once you've kind of thrown it out there, it's out there. So if somebody's post sort of rubs you the wrong way, then maybe take a day and reconsider what you're going to write. Or you could also ask me if you think that it was sort of an appropriate comment to make. But really, you just don't want to be super critical of others. You don't want to have little tantrums online. You don't want to use profanity, all of those things. And also remember, I can't remember if this one does it. Oh yeah, proofread your work, right? Make sure that it actually says what you think that it says. I'm trying to think how well the spell check works in the discussion area. And I'm forgetting just offhand. So I know what I do when I do online discussions is I tend to create them in my own personal Google Doc because it'll pick up the underlined squiggles and that sort of thing. And then I will post it over. So it's up to you if you want to do that. That's another thing that you can do. Read your post out loud before hitting the send button. That's a big one. So usually you can catch if you have a giant run-on sentence, if you read it out loud, and all of those things. So that's sort of the online discussion. Let's see if that's shrinking. Oh, too much. So those are sort of the guidelines for online discussions. These videos are also going to refer to it as well. But let's go back up to, just the general overview because I kind of got sidetracked. So you're going to do this discussion, and then you are going to read this information. You're going to have a look at the video. You're going to have a look at this video, and then you've gone through the discussion guidelines with me, and then you're going to take part in another discussion here, and I'll post a quick video with that. This is the quiz that you are going to take. It is a Google form. Most of you will be pretty comfortable with taking those. And then there's going to be this assignment. So I am going to do a quick overview video for each of these assignments and link them in the news, in that how-to area. And then you'll be able to go from there. But that's your general overview of what is expected for Activity 1. Let's close this out. And let's open this back up. So this will be our general overview video. I will link it here. I'll make this shorter because I kind of went through it. And I'll put little videos here as well. So this overview page that goes here will relate to the content areas that I open up. So if it was me, I'd go through the videos first, and then you could take part in the content or go through the content.